Good evening, everyone. I'm audible, guys, all of you. Anyone, please respond in chat box. Good evening, everyone. I'm audible, guys, all of you. Anyone, please respond in chat box. What happened, guys? Very less student. Okay, shall we start? Okay. So move on to next topic, guys. One of the important concept in aptitude, ratio and proportions. If you are preparing for any exam, the concept weightage is at least 1 to 3 marks, guys. Here, that's why very important concept, guys. Here, if you are preparing for any exam, for example, TCS exam, Wipro exam, whatever the exam, we get question frequently from this concept, ratio and proportions. So very important concept, guys, ratio and proportions. So one of the backbone concept in aptitude, ratio and proportions, guys, here. Okay, so first of all, what is the meaning of ratio, what is the meaning of proportion? Okay, right. So first of all, what is the meaning of ratio? For example, guys, 10 rupees is to 100 liters. What is the ratio, guys? Anyone? All of you please respond in chat box. 10 rupees is to 100 liters. What is the ratio? Anyone? Yeah, somebody saying answer 1 is to 10. Very good, but it is a wrong answer, guys, here. Why? Because here is given 10 rupees, here is given 100 liters. How can you calculate rupees and liters, guys? Rupees liters మనం cancel చేయొచ్చా? No అండి. Okay, for example, 10 rupees, 100 rupees. Then answer is 1 is to 10. For example, 10 liters, 100 liters. Then answer is 1 is to 10. So 10 rupees is one quantity, 100 rupees is another quantity. So two quantities are same units. So 10 rupees, 100 rupees. Okay. Two quantities are same units is called the ratio. What is the ratio, guys? Two quantities are same units is called the ratio. For example, A comma B. So two quantities ratio is A is to B or A by B is same. A is to B or A by B is same. Okay. For example, 2 is to 3 or 2 by 3 is same, guys, here. 2 is to 3 or 2 by 3 is same. Okay. So here is A means antecedent, A means antecedent, and B means consequent. Okay, here A means antecedent and B means consequent. What is the meaning of ratio, guys? Two quantities are same units is called the ratio. For example, three quantities A, B, C. The ratio is A is to B is to C. The ratio is how much, guys? A is to B is to C. Just remember, guys, what is the ratio? Okay, ratio means two quantities are same units is called the ratio. For example, I'm taking one example, guys, here. So A is to B. The ratio is 2 is to 3. And next, B is to C. The ratio is 4 is to 5. Then find A is to B is to C. Then find A is to B is to C. Use different methods, guys, here. Okay, no problem. First, I'm going to basic method. Look at the screen, guys, here. Here is given A is how many parts? 2 parts. And B is how many parts? 3 parts. Again B is how many parts? 4 parts. C is how many parts? 5 parts. Okay, A and C is very clear, guys, here. A is 2 parts, C is 5 parts. But B is how many parts here? Here is the 3 parts, here is the 4 parts. That's why, for example, this is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. Okay, equation number 1 is multiply with 4, equation number 2 is multiply with 3. Why? Because so B value మనం ఈక్వల్ చేసామనుకోండి కామన్ గా ఒక వాల్యూని బయటకి తీసేయచ్చు అనమాట మనం. ఓకేనా? సో దట్స్ వై ఈక్వల్ ద B value, guys, here. Multiply. So 2 fours are 8 and 4 threes are 12. Again 3 fours are 12. 3 fives are 15. Okay, right. A is how many parts here? 8 parts. B is how many parts here? Here is the 12, here is the 12. Both are same. That's why take one value, guys, here. 12. B value is how much? 12. And C value is how much? 15. Any cancellations, guys, here? 8, 12, 15. No cancellation. Okay, so మాక్సిమం క్యాన్సిల్ చేసేస్తామండి మనం. Okay, na? Right. That's the answer. Final answer is 8 is to 12 is to 15, guys, here. So A is to B is to C. What is the answer, guys? 8 is to 12 is to 15. So if you are going to this process, guys, definitely we are taking 1 or 2 minutes time. I think it's a waste of time. I want to answer just within fraction of seconds, sir, without pen, guys, here. Okay, look at the screen, guys, sir, carefully. I'm going to hear one more logic. Okay, so C value is how much? 5. Look at the screen, guys, here. If you want to find out the A value, multiply left hand side numbers. If you want to find out the A value or first value, multiply left hand side number. 2 4s are 8. Okay. If you want to find out the last value or C value, this is the last value or C value. Okay. If you want to find out the last value, multiply the right hand side numbers. Okay. 3 5s are 15. 3 5s are 15. If you want to find out the B value, multiply 3 into 4. 3 4s are 12. Then answer is 8 is to 12 is to 15. 8 is to 12 is to 15. Clear, guys, all of you? Say yes or no. Okay, just remember what is the ratio and how to find out the ratios, guys, here. Okay, for example, three values is given. For example, A is to B. The value is 2 is to 3, for example, and B is to C. The value is 4 is to 5. And next, C is to D. The value is 1 is to 3, guys, here. 1 is to 3. Okay, so find out the A is to B is to C is to D. Okay, so find out the A is to B is to C is to D, guys, here. Okay, look at the screen, guys, here carefully. If you want to find out the A value, always multiply left hand side numbers. 2 4s are 8. 8 into 1, 8. Okay. If you want to find out the last value or D value, multiply the right hand side number. 3 5s are 15. 15 3s are 45. Okay. So D value is how much, guys? 45. If you want to find out the B value, so 3 into 4 into 1, 3 4s are 12. Okay. If you want to find out the C value, 3 5s are 15. 15 into 1, 15. Any cancellations, guys, here? I think no cancellation. So there is a final answer, guys, here. So A is to B is to C is to D values how much, guys? 8 is to 12 is to 15 is to 45. Here, guys, all of you, how to find out the ratios? Very, very, very dead easy, guys. Okay, all right. Coming to the next point, guys, here. What is the proportion? It's a very, very important, guys, here. What is the proportion? Anyone, guys, what is the proportion? Two ratios are equal. So A is to B is one ratio and C is to D is another ratio. Two ratios are equal is called the proportion. The proportion formation is AD is equal to BC. AD is equal to BC. It's a very, very important, guys, here. The proportion formation is AD is equal to BC. For example, 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 6. Find out the proportion. Find out the proportion. Look like A, B, C, and D. What is the proportion formation? AD is equal to BC. 2 into 6 is equal to 3 into 4. 2 6 are 12. 3 4s are 12. 12 is equal to 12. It is a proportion or not? Yes, it is a proportion. So both sides are equal. It's called the proportion. Okay. For example, 12 is equal to 10. It is a proportion? No, it is not a proportion. Proportion means two ratios are equal is called the proportion. The proportion formation is AD is equal to BC. It's a very, very important, guys. So proportions law again three formulas ఉంటాయండి. Again three formulas ఉంటాయి. ఆ formulas clear గా explain చేస్తాను. Just clear గా observe చేయండి. Okay, right. Fourth proportion, third proportion, and second proportion. Okay, or mean proportion, guys. Second proportion or mean proportion. It's a very, very important, guys. Right. Fourth proportion. A is to B is equal to C is to D. What is the proportion formation? AD is equal to BC. So D value and fourth proportion means find out the D value. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Fourth proportion means find out the D value guys here. So what is the proportion formation? AD is equal to BC. Then D is equal to BC by A. So this is a fourth proportion formula. Just remember only formula guys here. So D is equal to BC by A. For example, 2 comma 3 comma 4. Find out the fourth proportion. Look like A, B, C. So we have to find out the D value. Okay. Fourth proportion formula BC by A. So BC value is how much? 3 into 4 by 2. 3 fours are 12. Sorry. 3 fours are 12. 12 by 2 is equal to 6. So D value is how much guys? 6. Just remember only formula guys here. What is the formula? Fourth proportion formula. D is equal to BC by A. And coming to the third proportion. Okay. Na? A is to B is equal to B is to C. And the D తో అవసరం లేదండి ఇక్కడ మనకి. Only third proportion. Okay. So 1, 2, 2, 3. What is the proportion formation? AD is equal to BC. And the AC is equal to B into B square. We have to find out the only C value. C is equal to A square, sorry, B square by A. C is equal to B square by A. So that is the third proportion formula guys here. So for example, one second. Okay, for example, 2 comma 3. Find out the third proportion. Okay, look like A and B. What is the third proportion formula? C is equal to B square by A. So B square, B is how much? 3. 3 square is how much? 9. 9 by 2 is equal to 4.5. So that is the answer guys here. Okay, so just remember only formula guys here. C is equal to B square by A. And coming to the second proportion or mean proportion. So A is to B is equal to and B is to C. 1, 2, 2, 3. Okay, so what is the proportion formation? AD is equal to BC like this. So AC is equal to B into B square. Okay, so second proportion means find out the B value. So then B is equal to root of AC. B is equal to root of AC. Just remember only these three formulas guys here. Okay, what is the fourth proportion formula? D is equal to BC by A. What is the third proportion formula? C is equal to B square by A. What is the second proportion or mean proportion formula? B is equal to root of AC. Okay, na? Clear guys, all of you? Any doubts regarding these three formulas? All of you please respond in chat box. Any doubts? Okay, na? Right, Andy. Okay, and coming to the next point, guys, here. Coming to the next point, fundamentals are very, very important, guys, here. If you are perfect in fundamentals, total enter the concept is very, very, very dead easy, guys. Okay, so next point, A is to B, A is to B, duplicate ratio guys here. A is to B, duplicate ratio is A square is to B square. Okay, so A is to B, duplicate ratio is A square is to B square. For example, 5 is to 6. Find out the duplicate ratio. Find out the duplicate ratio. What is the formula guys? Duplicate ratio formula. So A square is to B square. Same like this. 5 square is to 6 square. 5 square is how much? 25. 6 square is how much? 36. So that is the answer guys here. So A is to B. The duplicate ratio is how much guys? A square is to B square. Okay, right. Next point, A is to B. A is to B sub-duplicate ratio. Sub-duplicate ratio is root of A is to and root of B. Okay, A is to B sub-duplicate ratio is root of A is to root of B. For example, 7 is to 8. Sorry, 1 second. For example, so 49 is to 64. 49 is to 64. Find out the duplicate ratio. Find out the duplicate ratio. For duplicate ratio formula is root of A is to root of B. Okay, na? Root 49 is how much, guys? 7. Root 64 is how much, guys? 8. So then answer is 7 is to 8. A is to B. Sub duplicate ratio is 7 is to 8. Just remember only formulas, guys. Very, very important, guys, here. And coming to the next point, A is to B. A is to B triplicate ratio. So triplicate ratio is A cube is to B cube. A is to B triplicate ratio is A cube is to B cube. For example, so 3 is to 4. The triplicate ratio is 3 cube is to 4 cube. 3 cube is how much? 27. 4 cube is how much? 64. So that is the answer, guys, here. Okay. So that is the answer. So A is to B. A is to B. So triplicate ratio is, so A cube is to B cube. Right. Coming to the next point, guys, here. A is to B. A is to B sub triplicate ratio. Sub-triplicate ratio is cube root of A is to and cube root of B. Cube root of A is to and cube root of B. For example, 343 is to 512. 343 is to 512. So what is a sub-triplicate ratio? What is sub-triplicate ratio means? Cube root of 343. So cube root of 512. Okay. So 343 is which cube, guys? 7 cube. 7 cube is how much? 343. Okay. And next, 5 cube is which cube? 8 cube. Then answer is 7 is to 8, guys. Here. Then answer is 7 is to 8. Just remember only formulas, guys, here. Just remember only formulas. Okay. So A is to B. Duplicate ratio is, so A square is to B square. Next, A is to B. Sub duplicate ratio is, so root of A is to root of B. Next, A is to B. Triplicate ratio is A cube is to B cube. Next, A is to B. Sub triplicate ratio is cube root of A is to cube root of B. Right? Any doubts regarding the 4 points, guys? All of you, please respond in chat box. Any doubts regarding the 4 points? So fundamentals are very, very important, guys, here. If you are perfect in fundamentals, total entire the concept is very, very, very dead easy. Next point, A is to B. A is to B inverse ratio. So A is to B inverse ratio is, so 1 by A is to 1 by B. A is to B inverse ratio is 1 by A is to 1 by B. Just cross multiplication. Just cross multiplication. B is to A. So B is to A. Okay. Okay, sorry for the inconvenience. Okay, A is to B inverse ratio is 1 by A is to 1 by B. So just cross multiplication. Then B is to A. For example, so 2 is to 3. 2 is to 3. What is the inverse ratio? And then 1 by 2 is to 1 by 3. Just cross multiplication. And 3 is to 2. 3 is to 2. So this is a inverse ratio. కానీ ఇది మొత్తం రాయాల్సిన అవసరం ఉందా? Not required అండి, not required. So simple గా only two quantities are given. Two quantities ఇచ్చినప్పుడు రివర్స్ అని గుర్తు పెట్టుకోండి. ఓకేనా? Two quantities ఇచ్చినప్పుడు రివర్స్ అని గుర్తు పెట్టుకోండి. 2 is to 3. What is the inverse ratio? 3 is to 2. For example, 5 is to 4. What is the inverse ratio? Just reverse guys here. 4 is to 5. 2 ఇచ్చినప్పుడు మాత్రమే రివర్స్ అని గుర్తు పెట్టుకోండి. ఓకేనా? సో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ 3 quantities are given. A is to B is to C. What is the inverse ratio? What is the inverse ratio? అంటే 1 by A is to 1 by B is to 1 by C. ఓకేనా? రైట్. ఇలా క్రాస్ మల్టిప్లికేషన్ చేయడం కుదరదండి. Right. For example, I'm taking one example. So 2 is to 3 is to 4. What is the inverse ratio? And 1 by 2 is to 1 by 3 is to 1 by 4. What is the LCM guys here? 2, 3, 4. What is the LCM? 12. Okay, 2, 3, 4. What is the LCM? 12. So 12 is the multiples of 2, 12 is the multiples of 3, 12 is the multiples of 4. Okay, na? Right handed. So what is LCM? 12. 1 by 2 into 12 is 2. 1 by 3 into 12 is 2. 1 by 4 into 12. Okay. So let me calculate guys here. Let me calculate. 2 ones are 2 six are. 3 ones are 3 fours are. 4 ones are 4 threes are. Any cancellations? No cancellation. The final answer is 6 is to 4 is to 3. Okay. The final answer is 6 is to 4 is to 3 guys. That is answer. Okay, right. If you are going to like this guys here basic method, definitely we are taking 1 or 2 minutes time. I think it's a waste of time. I want to answer just within fraction of seconds or without pen guys here. Okay, look at the screen guys here carefully. So 2 is to 3 is to 4. What is the inverse ratio? Ante kada? Right hand. Just clear గా observe చేయండి. If you want to find out the first value, okay, so if you want to find out the A is to B is to C, okay, if you want to find out the A value, multiply, so just close them the A, multiply remaining two numbers అండి. అంటే any, so remove చేసేయండి remaining two numbers multiply చేయండి. 3 4s are 12. Okay, if you want to find out the B value, remove the B value, multiply the remaining two numbers. 2 4s are 8. Okay, next, if you want to find out the C value, remove the C value, multiply the remaining number. 2 3s are 6 and okay, let me calculate guys here. Let me calculate. So 2 6s are 2 4s are and 2 3s are. Any cancellations? No cancellation. The final answer is 6 is to 4 is to 3, and here also 6 is to 4 is to 3. Okay, right. And ela multiply chesna chalandi, we'll get the answer. No issue. But problem solve చేసేటప్పుడు just within fraction of seconds లో without pen తో ఎలా సాల్వ్ చేయగలము అది మాత్రం క్లారిటీగా ఉంటే చాలు. Got my point all of you? Okay, it's a very important point guys sir. Inverse ratio. Only two quantities are given. Just remember reverse. Okay, so for example 7 is to 8. What is the inverse ratio guys? Anyone? 7 is to 8. What is the inverse ratio? Yes, very good. 8 is to 7. 8 is to 7. Only two quantities are given. Just remember reverse. Maybe 3 or more quantities are given. Use this method. Otherwise, go to the basic method, guys. La basic method use cheyochu lekapothe shortcut method use cheyochu, no issue. Clear, guys, all of you? So this is the inverse ratio. It's a very important point, guys. So the same point we are using time and work concept, time and distance concept, and some other different concepts, guys, here. That's why very important. Inverse ratio. And coming to the next point, compound ratio. Compound ratio. Compound ratio. For example, A is to B comma, C is to D comma, so D is to E comma, and E is to F. So find out the compound ratio. Already you know guys here, A is to B or A by B is same. A is to B or A by is same. Same like this. A is to B can written as A by B into C by D into, so D by E into E by F into, and so on. Okay, for example, 2 is to 3 comma 3 is to 2 comma, sorry, 3 is to 4 comma 4 is to 5 comma 5 is to 6. Find out the compound ratio. Find out the compound ratio. 2 is to 3 can written as 2 by 3 into 3 by 4 into, next 4 by 5 into 5 by 6. Let me calculate, guys, here. Let me calculate. Okay, 3 3 cancel, 4 4 cancel, 5 5 cancel, 2 ones are and 2 threes are. So numerator is how much? 1. Denominator is how much? 3. Then answer is 1 is to 3, guys. Then answer is 1 is to 3. So this is a compound ratio, guys. Compound ratio. Okay, if you want to find out the first value, last value, we are using compound ratio, guys, here. First value, last value, find out Chelana, we are using compound ratio. It's a very, 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 very important point, guys. Here, guys, all of you. Okay, right handed. For example, in a class, total 60 members, guys, here in a class, total 60 members, and boys and girls ratio is 7 is to 5. Boys and girls ratio is 7 is to 5. Find out the total boys, guys, here. Find out the how many boys are there in a class. Total 60 boys are there. Boys and girls ratio is 7 is to 5. Find out the how many boys are there. Okay, look at the screen, guys, carefully. So boys is how many parts here? 7 parts. Girls is how many parts here? 5 parts. Total how many parts? So 7 plus 5, 12 parts. 12 parts is equal to total how many members, guys, here? 60 members in a class. Okay, 12 parts is equal to how many members? 60 members, guys, here. Okay, right. Now, one part is how much, guys, here? 12 ones are 12, 12 fives are 60. One part is how much, guys, here? 5 members. Okay, one part is how much? 5 members. We have to find out the boys. So, boys is how many parts here? 7 parts. One part is how much? 5 members. 7 fives are 35 members are there. Okay, so total how many boys, guys, are? 35 members are there. If you want to find out the girls, okay, if you want to find out the girls is how many parts here? 5 parts. One part is how many members? 5 members. 5 fives are 25. Okay, girls how many members are there? 25 members are there. Boys how many members are there? 35 members are there. Total how many members? 35 plus 25, 60 members are there. Okay, right. In the same question, how many boys are more in the girls? Okay, so girls kana boys entamandi extra ga unnaru ante listen. So we are checking difference, guys. Less anna more anna we are checking difference andi. 7 ki 5 ki difference is how much? 2 parts. Okay, okay, right andi. Appudu one part ki enta andi? 5 members kada. Appudu 2 parts ki enta avutaru? 10 members are extra andi. If you are going to basic method, boys how many members are there? 35 members. Girls how many members are there? 25 members. Difference is how much? 10 members. Lesser na more na we are checking difference, guys, here. Clear, guys, all of you? Right andi. So these are fundamentals, guys. Inka fundamentals unnayandi, and problems vachinappudu neeku one by one neat ga explain chestanu. No issue, guys. Up to now, any doubts, guys? Okay, what is the ratio? What is the proportion? Okay, so fourth proportion, third proportion, second proportion are mean proportion. So next, duplicate ratio, subduplicate ratio, triplicate ratio, subtriplicate ratio, inverse ratio, compound ratio. Okay, ఈ points అని one by one neat గా explain చేశానండి మీకు. Right, if you are perfect in fundamentals, guys, so total enter the concept is very, 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 very dead easy. Okay, already you know, guys, sir, how to find out the ratios. One by one మనం solve చేద్దామండి. Just clear గా observe చేయండి. Okay, first problem, guys, here. If x is to y is equal to 5 is to 8. and z is to y is equal to 4 is to 3. Then find x is to y is to z is equal to, and then find out the x is to y is to z values, guys. Here simply, it's a very dead easy, guys. Okay na? First question explain చేస్తానండి, just clear గా observe చేయండి, no issue. The given information, x is to y is equal to 5 is to 8. Okay na? Next, z is to y is equal to 4 is to 3. కానీ ఇక్కడ ఏముండాలండి, ఇక్కడ బోత్ సైడ్స్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ గా ఉండాలి. ఇక్కడ y వాల్యూ ఉండాలి, ఇక్కడ y వాల్యూ ఉండాలి. అంటే రివర్స్ లో ఇచ్చారండి మనకి ఇక్కడ. మనం ఏం చేద్దాము, సో ఓకే, రివర్స్ లో రాసేద్దాం మనం ఇక్కడ. గివెన్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ని మనం రివర్స్ లో రాసేద్దాం సింపుల్ గా. ఓకేనా, x is to y is equal to 5 is to 8. నెక్స్ట్ y is to z is equal to 3 is to 4. అయిపోయింది, జస్ట్ రివర్స్ రాసేద్దాం. ఇంకా ఫస్ట్ గా ప్రాబ్లమ్ సాల్వ్ చేద్దాం. ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు ఫైండ్ అవుట్ ద x వాల్యూ, మల్టిప్లై ద లెఫ్ట్ హ్యాండ్ సైడ్ నంబర్. 5 3s are 15. 5 3s are 15. If you want to find out the so z value, multiply right hand side number. 8 4s are 32. Okay, if you want to find out the so y value, multiply 8 3s are 24. Which option is the right answer? Option 3 is the right answer, guys. Option 3 is the right answer. Clear and all of you? Any doubts regarding this problem, guys? First problem. Otherwise, ilaina solve cheyachandi. Just remember this symbol, guys. Here, the given information. So x is to y, 5 is to 8. Okay, gap వదిలేసేయండి. And next 3 is to 4. Okay, so first line 3 5s are 15. Next second line 8 3s are 24. Next third line 8 4s are 32. Then answer is 15 is to 24 is to 32. ఇలా అయినా సాల్వ్ చేయొచ్చండి, నో ప్రాబ్లం. Any doubts regarding first problem, guys? Simple ga, if you want to find out the x value, multiply right hand side numbers or first value. If you want to find out the last value or z value, multiply right hand side numbers. Very dead easy, guys. And move on to next one. If a is to b is 1 is to 2 and b is to c is 3 is to 4, c is to d is 2 is to 3 and d is to e is 3 is to 4, find b is to e. Only we have to find out the b value and e value, guys. What is the answer? I think no need pen and paper, guys. Here, if you read the question properly, I think no need pen and paper. So find out the b is to e value, guys. Find out the b is to e value. What is the answer, guys? All of you please respond in chat box. Yeah, somebody saying answer 3 is to 8. Very good, excellent ending. Okay, we have to find out the b is to e value. Okay, ఇది ఈ వాల్యూ అవసరం ఉందంటారా? నాట్ రిక్వైర్డ్ అండి, ఇది అవసరం లేదు మనకి. అంటే యూస్ చేయొచ్చు, నో ప్రాబ్లం అండి. అంటే ఏ వాల్యూ, బి వాల్యూ, సి వాల్యూ, డి వాల్యూ మొత్తం ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేసి ఆ తర్వాత బి ఈ వాల్యూ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తాం. మనకి ఫస్ట్ వాల్యూ కావాలి అండ్ లాస్ట్ వాల్యూ కావాలి. ఎందుకంటే సింపుల్ గా మనం ఏం చేద్దాము, ఈ వాల్యూ అవసరం లేదండి. ఏతో మనకు పని లేదు, ఆల్రెడీ ఇక్కడ బి ఉందండి. బి సమనీ పార్ట్స్ త్రీ పార్ట్స్ అండి. ఓకేనా. సో మీకు ఇందాక చెప్పాను, ఫస్ట్ వాల్యూ లాస్ట్ వాల్యూ కావాలి అంటే సింపుల్ గా కాంపౌండ్ రేషియో యూస్ చేయండి. 3:4 can be written as 3/4 and 2:3 can be written as 2/3 and 3/4. Okay. So let me calculate. So 3 cancel, 2 ones are and 2 twos are. Any cancellations? I think no cancellation. Numerator is how much? 3. Denominator is 4 twos are 8. So the answer is 3:8, guys. 3:8. Okay. So that's why option 3 is the right answer, guys. Very good. Somebody saying answer. Excellent. 3:8. Clear, guys, all of you? Right. Move on to next one, guys. If 2x is equal to 3y is equal to 4z, what is x is to y is to z? Very dead easy question, guys. Very dead easy question. 2x is equal to 3y is equal to and 4z. So find out the x is to y is to z. All of you please respond in chat box. What is the answer? Okay, right, Andy. So first take these two numbers, guys, here. So 2x is equal to 3y. Okay, right. Y ని సైడ్ తీసుకొచ్చేద్దాం and 2 ని సైడ్ తీసుకెళ్ళిపోదాం. అప్పుడు x by y is equal to 3/2. 3/2 means 3 is to 2. Again take these two values, guys, here. So 3y is equal to 4z. So z is coming to here and 3 is going to be here. So then y by z is equal to 4/3. 4/3 means 4 is to 3. ఒక గ్యాప్ ఇచ్చేసేయండి. So already you know, guys, this shortcut. Okay, 4 3s are 12. Okay, na? 2 4s are 8. 2 3s are 6. Any cancellation? Yes. 2 6s are and 2 4s are and 2 3s are. Any cancellations? No cancellation. The final answer is here. So 6 is to 4 is to 3. Which option is the right answer? Option 1 is the right answer, guys. Okay, na? So if you are going to this procedure, guys, here definitely we are taking 1 or 2 minutes time. I think it's a waste of time. I want to answer just within fraction of seconds or without pen, guys, here. I want to answer just within fraction of seconds or without pen, guys, here. Okay, I'm going to hear one more logic, guys, here. Here, x means how many parts? 2 parts. Y means how many parts? 3 parts. And z means how many parts? 4 parts, guys, here. So first find out the x value. Okay. So 2 into 3 into 4 by x value is how much? 2. Next, 2 into 3 into 4 by y value is how much? 3. 2 into 3 into 4 by z value is how much, guys? 4. So let me calculate, guys, here. Let me calculate. So 2 2 cancel, 3 3 cancel, 4 4 cancel, 2 4s are 2 3s are 6. So 2 4s are 8. Next 4 3s are 12. Let me calculate. 2 6s are and 2 4s are and 2 3s are. The final answer here 6 is to 4 is to 3 guys here. The answer is here 6 is to 4 is to 3. Okay, na? Right. So if you are going to this procedure, you will get the same answer. If you are going to first model, you will get the same answer. Okay, na? Right. So second procedure also taking at least 1 minute time. I think it's a waste of time. I want to answer just within fraction of seconds or without pen guys here. Okay, na? Just within fraction of seconds. So మనం find out change. I think no need pen and paper guys. I think no need pen and paper. Right. If you want to find out the x value, close down the x, multiply the remaining two numbers. అంటే x ను వదిలేసేయండి. ఏదైతే మల్టిప్లై ఇచ్చారో దాన్ని రిమూవ్ చేసి రిమైనింగ్ నెంబర్స్ మల్టిప్లై చేయండి. 3 4s are 12. Okay. If you want to find out the y value, just close them the y, multiply the remaining two numbers. So 4 2s are 8. If you want to find out the z value, multiply the remaining two numbers. 2 3s are 6. Let me calculate. So 2 6s are and 2 4s are and 2 3s are. The final answer here 6 is to 4 is to 3. Okay, na? With the first model will get the same answer. Second model will get the same answer. Third model will get the same answer. అంటే ఎగ్జామ్లో ఏ మెథడ్ యూజ్ చేయాలి సార్ అని చాలా మంది డౌట్ వస్తుంది అనమాట. ఎగ్జామ్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూలో మీకు ఏది కంఫర్ట్గా ఉంటే అది యూజ్ చేయండి. Got my point, all of you? Any doubts regarding this problem, guys? What happened? Very less students. Any doubts regarding this problem? What happened, guys? Very less students. Are you follow with me? No one is responding. Very good, excellent. Okay, so thank you. We'll continue tomorrow.